Hi everyone, today we are going to see how we can fill up the application for Alpha Transfer LLC. The very first step is to go onto the website and it brings you to the first page, that is about us page. Over here, down here you'll see for applying for the position of driver at Alpha Transfer LLC, please follow the link below. That's the link. We're going to click on the link. It opens up the application. Now we are going to download this application and save it on our desktop. Hit the download button. It asks us to save it on the desktop. Since I already have an application in here, I will again save it just to show you guys how it's done. I will save it here. Now we can minimize our browser and open up the application, which I already have open for you. Here you go. Here's our application. It opens up in Adobe Reader DC. For this, you don't have to sign in. The free feature that is there is fill and sign. Scroll down and click on fill and sign. It opens up this thing where it allows you to write a text, to tick mark options, and to create a sign. So very easily you can create a sign for yourself and you say add signature. Here you can type your name. Mine is SHMAD and I'll say apply. That's the fancy part. Now if you open it, it will show me the signature. That's easy. Okay, we are not going to use the signature right now, so I'm going to drop the signature for now and cancel it. And okay, let me just click it here and try to just delete it. Okay. Yeah, now I have this text selected. Here I will click. It should allow me to type. And here I'll type A L P H A. I can increase the font if I want, and then transfer TRANSFER and LLC. Cool. Here I'm going to say St. Charles, and here I'll type the complete address, that is 4045 Stone Croft Drive. Here the city name, that is St. Charles. State is Missouri. Okay, now we will scroll down. It says I authorize to make such investigation and inquiries of my personal, employment, financial, or medical history and other related matters as may be necessary in arriving at an employment decision. So here you are going to give us authority for your background check and everything. Here we would need your signature and date. Let's do that. Here, as I said, we have a signature stored here. Pick up the signature, put it in here. As simple as that. We pick up the text, whatever date we are in, we are going to put in month, then date, and then the year, whichever year is it. Okay, so for sure I cannot just give you the date, because whenever you're filling up the application you have to put the date for that day. Okay, makes sense. Now we are going to come here. We are going to say my name. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Here we are going to fill up our last name, that is Ahmad. Here my first name is, my first name is Sadiya. I'll increase the font, and I do not have a middle name. Okay, my social security number can be anything, not anything, whatever you have on file. And as you know, it goes by this. Okay, you can put in your phone number here. It can be 14xxx. And here's your date of birth. I do not know what's your date of birth, so you put in month, then day, and then year. Cool. Here, similarly your high date, and that's going to be exactly, I would say you should skip the high date, since until unless we do not get your background check and your drug and alcohol test, we are not going to put in the hire date until unless we do not hire you. So this is for the management to do. Here you are going to put in your address. It can be randomly 1, 2, 3, 4, any drive, maybe avenue, anything else you can think of. Then here we are going to put city, state, can be any state in the United States, and the zip code. Number of years if you want to put in. Then past 3 residencies, so you have to put in your previous residency address. It looks very simple, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. Now comes the employment history. Now with the employment history, you are going to give me current or last employer, ABC, company name, here is the address, company address, phone number goes here, city goes here, position, worked as a driver. That might be true for most of the cases, but if you have worked for some other thing, you can write it down. Then you are going to give me the reason for leaving, maybe quit, if that's the reason, or you can mention any other reason that's viable. So from and to, so you have to give me month. That can be something like 10 and year 2016, maybe, whatever is good for you. You start in 2016 and that can be 2017, maybe February 2017. So that will be your year. Then same you will do for the second employer, same you will do for the third employer. Now we come down for experience and qualification. Here we would require your accident history. If you have met any accident in past 3 months, you're going to put in the date, that's going to be month and year, nature of the accident, what kind of accident you met, were there any number of fatalities, number of injuries, all those things, then your traffic convictions if you ever had, and then comes the license information. So here you have to put in your license number, when is it expiring, from which state it is, okay. Have you ever been denied a license, permit, or privilege to operate a motor vehicle? Mostly it will be no. We will pick up this thing, put no or yes, whichever is valid for this question. Has any license, permit, or privilege ever been suspended or revoked? Say yes or no. whichever is valid for the question. Now we come on applicant certificate. Here you are going to put in your signature. In my case it's going to be this, that's S. Ahmed, and then you will put today's date. Now somehow I happen to put this thing, so please do not mind, I'll just take this off and put it again. Now we go down. See, it's just I don't know why it's just not being nice to me this time. Mine. Here comes the driver performance and evaluation. We are going to put in the driver's name. That is going to be your name since you are applying for the position. It can be anything. In my case, it is, I prefer to go by S. Ahmed. I will do that. I'll put in my address, 23 Drive, Avenue, whatever it is. State, any state. First city, any city. And then whatever state, and then it can be any zip code. So this is for your information. You don't have to go by what I'm doing, what I'm filling up. You have to give your own address. Here you are going to put in the phone number. That's going to be your phone number. Here you're going to put in your license number. This is from the state from where you got the license and what class of license you have. That is mostly going to be a commercial license, so we are expecting something commercial license. Equipment driven, you have to tell us it's a tractor or a trailer. You need to write it here. Make and model, body type and length of each. So it's going to be something like 53 inches, or it can be something like 52, 42, anything that you have driven. Now this portion, date of the test, length of the test, from and to, start time, finish time, weather condition, this is for us. We don't have to worry about it. Actually, this much part is for the management. Do not worry about this. You just have to fill up this. Now this part, you need to leave this page. This is for the management. This is for the management. And this is for the management. Now we jump to page number 8. With this page is quite necessary to fill because it's a previous employer information where it goes to the previous employer and he returns it back to us. But for you, what is necessary over here is your signature, which I believe shall be on this page, and I would definitely require your signature here. This is all you have to do on this page. Everything else is on us. Actually, I'll shift it here. That's all I need from you. Now you go down. So that's on us. I will go down and jump to page number 10. Same here, it's the same thing. You have to give us your signature. I'm sorry, I missed it here. And here's my signature. I put in here. Now as we scroll down, it's page 11. We scroll down again, the same thing comes. So there are these couple of pages that are quite similar, but we need your signature in all of them because it will be sent to 3 of your employers with your signatures on it. Now this portion, page number 13, is quite important for us since it's a certificate of violation and it's an annual review of the driving record. Why this is important? Because this needs to be updated every year exactly from the date of hire. So once we hire you, we give you the permit book and we give you a green light to go ahead and pick up the load. Your clock will start. And on the very day next year, you have to fill up this form, that is annual review of driver record. Now with this record, you have to tell us your name for sure. In my case, it's here your ID number, date of employment. This is, you don't have to worry about this, we'll fill it up. This is home terminal. This also you don't have to worry. This is going to be something which the management will fill. Driver's license number, this is you are going to fill, and expiration date of the driver's license and this date. That's up to you. Now we come up to this. I certify that the following is true and complete list of traffic violations required to be listed. Here you are going to state the date, the offense, location, and type of vehicle operated. It says required to be listed other than those I have provided under part 383, for which I have been convicted of fortified bond or collateral during the past 12 months. For past 12 months, whatever recordable incidences that happened, any accidents or any violations, you have to state them here. If no violations are listed above, I certify that I have not been convicted or fortified bond or collateral on account of any violation required to be listed during the past 12 months. Fine, if you do not list it, we will consider that you did not had any violation or any accidents during past 12 months. Here you have to put in your signature to confirm that. You'll put in today's date. Can be anything. Date, that is month, day, year. That's the format you're going to use. Now we come here, completed by motor carrier, annual review of driving record. That is for us. We are going to fill up this portion. Don't have to worry. Now we come on this page, that 7-day prior log form. Here you're going to give us your name. In my case, this is someone. And you're going to give us your social security. Here you're going to give us your address. Whatever it is, state, city, and state. And here you're going to type us the driver's license number, your phone number, and the state of the license. Here, at the time of the initial employment as a driver or when being employed occasionally, the regulations of the Department of Transportation require the motor carrier to obtain from you a signed statement giving the total time on duty during the immediate preceding 7 days and the time at which you were last relieved from duty prior to beginning work for the motor carrier. In this space below, show the number of hours worked in each of the last 7 days. So this, you are going to give us all the dates for past 7 days and what you have been doing. If you were working somewhere else, you need to mention the number of hours you worked on each day. Now this proceeds something like that. Here, it's a little overwhelming. Here you are going to give us like 10-1. Sorry, it's not allowing me to just anyways, you are going to fill it up 10-1, 10-2, 10-3, 10-4, 10-5, 10-6, 10-7. As an example, I'm telling you that means October 1st, October 2nd, October 3rd, October 4th, October 5th, October 6th, October 7th. If that's not October when you apply, then whichever month you're applying or filling up the application, from that date prior 7 days you have to fill up. Now over here you have to give me number of hours. That can be 0, 0, or maybe 5 hours you work one day. For each day you have to give me number of hours in these blocks. And if 5 days you worked on October 3rd for 5 days, suppose. So here goes October 3rd, and here goes 5 hours, and here goes total as 5, and here goes total as 7. I'm sorry, not 7. It goes number of days you worked. So it's going to be 0 most of the time, but if you worked on any of these days, you have to put in that 1 day you work or 2 day you work, whatever it is. Now over here, date and start of the last qualified 34-hour restart if you have worked. So before that you have to be like 34 hours off. You have to mention when did you have 34 hours of off in those days. If suppose you worked on this day and you're joining us like very next day, so before that, when did you have 34 hours of restart? You have to give us the date and the time, and that can be obtained from your logs, previous logs that you had with another company, if any. Most of the times drivers do not have, because it takes time for people to search for a new job and a new company. So if they're working for another company, they leave it and come with us. So it's like for 7 days. The application itself for processing it takes 7 days. So there's no way that they are going to work. But if there's a driver who has been working, they can write it. Here is, I hereby certify that the information given above is correct to the best of my knowledge and belief, and that I was last relieved from work at. You have to give us the date, day, you have to give us time, day, and month and year. Over here goes your signature. As I told you, can obtain it from here. Now you don't have to worry about the rest of the part. You will go again to the next page. It says previous pre-employment employee alcohol and drug test statement. You don't have to worry about this. You need to read this question, that have you ever been tested positive? If yes, accordingly give it a check mark from here. That is yes or no. Same here. Read the question. If you think the answer is yes, put yes, or else no. Now you say, I certify that the information provided on this document is true and correct. And then you just have to take your signature from here and put it in here. Here you have to type your name. In my case, it's Math. I can go down onto the next page. Here it's a background check disclosure, where we will be allowed to do a background check for you. Now here you're going to just put in your signature, read it very carefully, and then put in your signature. Here you put it today's date, whatever it is, which I do not know when you are going to fill up the application, so it depends on the current date. And this again I can move here because this is a little annoying. Never mind, we go into the endless page. Now this page is an extra sheet. If you have too many employers, or you have been working in the industry for 40 years or so, you would need this sheet. Otherwise you do not need it. So you can skip it either, or you can fill it up according to the labels given. Now you can move down, and this page is kind of important, W9, because it allows us to pay you, and this is for the taxes. So most definitely what is required, you read it very carefully. You can leave this up to the management to fill it up for you if you think that will be a better option. And here you can put in your signature. In my case, I'll just put in my signature, and you put in the date for today here. Now you move down. It says employment eligibility verification. Here you put in your social security number, you put in your last name, first name, middle initial if you have any, your address, apartment number, city or town, state, zip code, date of birth, employee's email address, employee's telephone number. That is going to be your email address and your telephone number. Here you can leave it for us to fill it up, or if you want you can fill it up. Read it very carefully. Now here we would require to sign this for us, this portion, and put in your signature, put in the date when you signed it. Somehow the software is weird with me, so please do not mind. I'll shift it here to be very clear. And here you can give us the date, which I do not know which date you're going to fill it up. Now we move on to employment eligibility verification form I-9. Here, if you find it way too complicated, you can leave it up to us to fill it up and just give us your signature. Here you're going to fill in your family name, given name, citizenship and immigration. I think rest of the things are for us to do. We'll fill this up for you. This is a list of acceptable documents that you have to present to us, either this, this, or this. Read it very carefully. Now here's our policy. So read the policy, put in your name, put in your SSN number, and again put in your signature. In my case it's SL. Go down, we have another company policy, occupational accident coverage. Here you have to put in your name. In my case it is as Ahmad. Here you're going to put in again your name. In my case it's, and your SSN number and your signature. Move on to another page. We have a load delivery and check calls. Here you can see there is a $200 per day fine. So be very careful of these policies, read it very carefully, and then put in your name. In my case it's going to be again as Ahmad. Here you are going to capture the signature and put in here and the date you're filling on. Now we are going to move on to policy for log violation. As you read it carefully, what are the rules for 11 hours, 10 consecutive hours of duty, 14 hours consecutive hour, and all these rules apply. Read it very carefully, move on to another one. It's a speeding policy. Before you move on to another one, put in your signature here that you have read it. That's a speeding policy. Read it very carefully, what it says. Here you have to put in your signature. That's a post-accident rule. Read it very carefully. This rule is very important to us. We would not tolerate anything that goes against this rule because it costs a lot to the company. We cannot afford breaking these rules, so be very careful. Here you have to give in your name to us. In my case it's going to be Samad. It's an acknowledgement. Here you will put in your signature and move on to another page. This is driving in traffic violation policy. Read it very carefully. Now here we would require your signature. Please put in your signature. Give me the current date, that is today's date. And I'm going to shift it because it's acting weird. Anyways, now we come on to this. This is for your insurance. Like if you meet an accident, then the insurance is going to pay for your medical and everything. For this, you have to give me your name here. You put in mailing address, whatever it is, that's going to be your home address. Here you're going to put again your home address. Here you will put in your telephone number. Here you're going to put in your social security. Fine. This is for us to fill it up. Do not worry about that. We would require a signature here to verify that the information you have given us is correct, and you acknowledge that you have provided the information. Here you are going to put in your date. That's the current date when you fill it up. Now you move further. Here again you print your name. That's write your name. Don't worry about the member number that we are going to give you. Move further. You have to put in your signature. First read the policy very carefully. Put in your signature here. Sorry. And you give us a date. That's the current date when you pulled up the application. Now we come down. Do not worry about this portion. It's under management. Here we're going to give us your signature. Very carefully read. So now we are on page 33. Over here you don't have to worry about this. That's the company information. Now this is for you are an owner operator with your own authority. Are you an owner operator leased to a company? For this you have to select one of these, yes or no. Yes or no, same here. If no to both of the above, are you a co-driver, contractor driver, or an employee? So whatever it is, just fill it up for that. Here you have to give us your information. That's going to be your name, city, state, your address here, and zip code, your commercial driver license number, social security number, your date of birth, your telephone number, your cell phone, your email address, and if you have someone whom you think should be benefited from your insurance, there goes the name of the person. Now, as it says, signature required on the reverse side, just put in your signature here, and that would be okay with us. In my case, it's here. It's that. Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry. Don't know why it's this way. Here would be fine for us. Okay, now we come on to another page. Read it very carefully. This you can leave, we can fill it up because that will be the day you are hired. Between here you're going to type L for transfer. We can reduce the font. LLC. Here will be the address 4045 Stonecroft Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. And you're going to write here your name. In my case, it's as Ahmad. With social security number, that can be XXX, XXX, and XXX. Here you're going to type your name. It's going to be as Ahmad for me. Dated, today's date when you are filling up the application. Month, day and year. Here you are going to type in the initials. In my case, that's S.A. Here might be something else. Again, S.A, and keep going. S.A, S.A. For each one of those, S.A. Read it very carefully. S.A here again. Every other place you have to write S.A. Now this one, independent contractor. This agreement does not constitute and shall not be constructed as constituting or creating an employer-employee relationship between carrier, the carrier name, Alpha Transfer LLC, and contractor driver. The carrier, Alpha Transfer LLC, may have the right to direct the results which are to be accomplished by the contractor driver. So technically you're going to type in here Alpha. I'm so sorry about this. Alpha Transfer LLC. Same here. Type in Alpha Transfer LLC. Okay, harmless from any claims. Your initials, in my case, it's so sorry. In my case, it's SA. Now you're going to type your name here. Your social security number. In your signature, put it in here. And today's date. Then you go down, read it very carefully. This is for getting your PSP report and your previous employment report. Just read it very carefully. Read the authorization very carefully. Put in your signature here. Move on to the another page. It seems like that's the last page we have. And here we are done with the application. Now when we are done with the application, I'm just going to save it. Save it again on the desktop with the same name. Do not worry, just save it. It will say new application.pdf already exists. Do you want to replace it? You say yes. Now when you have replaced it, you are going to close the application. Either first close it from here, then close it from here. Very cool. Now we are again going to go back to our browser, open a new tab, type in your email provider. I have a couple of those. Mostly I happen to use this one, and I say I'm on my email. Now here a couple of them will compose an email. For this email, you are going to type, look at it very carefully. It's going to be Alpha Trans Port. I'll spell it for you. It's going to be ALPHATransport02@gmail.com. Here you will give it a name, driver application. You might want to add another by clicking on to if you want to. I would say if it's way too complicated for you, just don't do it. Here, say name, yarn pulling, in my case Satya Ahmed, say position applied, driver. Now it's going to be very easy. You click on this button that says attach files. You go onto the desktop. If you remember, we were filling up the application with the name new application. Click on the application till it, and then hit the send button. As I hit the send button, we send. Now that's all I have for you guys, and I hope this will help you all. Thank you for watching.